What is it like to be a corporation or LLC lawyer? What's a day in the life? And we have an older video about this on the channel, and I thought maybe I'd do an update and bring you some fresh ideas around it and maybe some new perspectives. I've been at this a while, about 2 decades now, in multiple states. I'm licensed in a lot of states, and I've practiced in several and crossed over other states for clients and issues, where I've been in one state but working in another state for a client issue. And so I get a feel for it, and I've both been in the large law firm setting and the small law firm setting. And a lot of people just say, what is it like to be a corporate lawyer? Maybe you're a student, maybe you're a business person just wondering what the person on the other end of the phone or other than an email is going through. Being a corporate lawyer is a lot about problem solving, or an LLC lawyer. Just did a video about privacy, and that's here on the channel. You'll see as one of our prior videos, but that video is one of the things we'll be asked, right? How do I protect my privacy? How do I protect my assets? How do I build the right structure so that people can't abuse the public information that's out there about me, right? These are common questions. We spent a lot of time reviewing documentation. Last night I was just on the phone with a client. We're going over a contract and talking about changes to the contract. We wrote the contract. The other side looked at the contract. They want changes back to the contract. We will look at corporate documentation, LLC agreements and documents, and figure out how to make them as precise as we can given the circumstances, right? Obviously, the more detail and more precision you add, the more cost. Plus, people don't like to read lengthy documents. So there's some balance between brevity and detailed. But these are things we work through as corporate lawyers. And then we look at the LLCs and we look at the corporations, and are they functioning the way they should? Are they providing the liability protection? We go into partnership agreements and dig through those. So, we really are kind of business partners, for lack of a better term, or business cooperatives or agents with our clients. I mean, a corporate lawyer's job is to help the client understand the corporate or business issues in their business, and then help come up with the right answers for them. And there's a lot of customization, even in a world now where people talk about Chat GPT and internet and new concepts coming out, and people are all concerned about the world being revolutionized. Even in this world that we're potentially going into, that relationship between the lawyer and the client, that understanding of each other and that tailoring is still there in a way that AI doesn't appear to be able to do for some time. Because while some stuff's standard, there's, standard starter blank forms for LLC agreements or contracts, and we reuse some stuff from one client to another. A lot of people are always, criticizing lawyers to charge to fill in forms, but rarely do we just take a form out, change the name, and send it out to a different client. We then start customizing, and that's really where the specialization is not the word, but that's kind of the special piece, or the special sauce, as they would say. You go to different restaurants and they have a different flavor because they mix up the ingredients in a different way, or they use different amounts of the ingredients. That's what's happening with your lawyer. Is hopefully you've got a good relationship with him, had some communication about your goals and objectives, what's going on. That lawyer then is mixing the special sauce, and when I say special sauce, I mean your documents and agreements, in a way that works for you. And so that's what we do a lot of. It's a good job. It has its stresses with it. One of the biggest ones being just kind of all the back end of the business. There's a lot of administrative stuff in a law firm. Filings like you would have with other businesses and things. And, we have overlays of our own attorney rules and ethics and compliance and continuing education. So it's a business with challenges. It is not the easiest job in the world. So people think this is an easy, cushy job and just make a fortune. But no, there's a lot more elements to this. To this job, but it is a good job. At the end of the day, you feel good, you have good relationships. I like working with my clients, helping them with their goals. I like when we get to a good agreement and we are happy and the other side comes together. It's not necessarily as adversarial as maybe some other practices of law. So I hope that gives you a good flavor. Would love your comments, thoughts, ideas. I always remind folks on these law videos that, it's not confidential, whatever you write down there. So don't put your legal questions and private information. We can't even do attorney-client work through this. You need to go sit down with a lawyer of your choosing. It's licensed in your jurisdiction to talk about your business and business issues. Get the attorney-client privilege. But if you have just general comments, general questions, maybe prompts for future general videos, go ahead and drop them below. We'd love to read all that. Some of our videos do get a good number of comments. Some don't get hardly any, but I love to see them. They're very helpful to me, and it helps us, talk to each other in a public forum, obviously. So don't put anything confidential. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Would love to have you around again for more conversations. If these types of topics are interesting to you, business law, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for tuning in today, folks. See you for another video again soon.